I'm here with Abe and Frank from Deftones. You're touring in promotion of Diamond Eyes. How's the reception been to the album so far?
Really good. Actually, I heard it's a 1 year old today. I heard. I don't know if that's true. I think it is true.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, I believe it's 1 year old today. So it's been great, man. You know, we've been around the world playing it, and it's just it fits in very well with the rest of the material. You know, I mean, it's just it's been a seamless thing. People seem to really be digging it, so we're having a blast playing piano new stuff.
Feedback to the live show, the new songs have been great. The shows have been amazing. We're having fun. We just got off a string of sold out dates, so it's a good time right now for us.
Yeah. And I heard tonight sold out also. So.
That's nice.
Should be good. Yeah, we're stoked.
So for someone who hasn't been to a Deftones show, what can they expect?
Good times.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully, you know, people seem to be a sharing bunch of people that are there for, you know, support each other, and you know, it's obviously, you know, it's goes back and forth. The crowd's having a good time, and we are, you know, then it becomes this wave of energy. You know, and that's what we aim for. You know, so hopefully good times. You know,
Dynamics.
Tired.
If you're familiar with our band and the dynamics within the album, you know, you can expect that within the show. So, we've been having a lot of fun recently, so I think it's translating a lot.
And you're working with a different producer this time. What made you decide to go in a different direction?
It's always good to work with different people. I think, you know, this is somebody that we'd met before. I had met him actually, you know, a few years prior, and the whole making of this record really was, we had no plan. I mean, you know, we were working on the record, you know, up until that point, and really this thing came about so fast. You know, Diamond Eyes came together and came about so quickly. So, but this Nick Raskulinix, man, you know, really just I think it was the place we were at. You know, we were hurting because of Chi's absence. We were also very unsure, but also excited, and that's, you know, and you know, he was just a perfect mixture for what we needed at the time too. As a friend, as a you know, a partner to work with, very encouraging for everyone in the band, not just, you know, a singer. You know, he was there for everyone. Really brought the best out of all of us, and which is what they're there to do. You know,
right.
But it's not always like that. So it was just a great pairing. You know what I mean?
Cool. And I've been reading about Chi. How is he doing?
Apparently, you know, he's back east. Finally made it back to New Jersey, to his facility. I believe last week he was in the ICU for some reason. I don't know why. I think he's out now, back into the place where he was supposed to be at. And I don't know. I've been waiting to find out. It's been about a month he's been there. So I think he was a little setback with that, but I think he's back on to doing a bit better now. So time will tell. You know.
Right. And I saw that you have the site One Love for Chi. Can you tell us a bit about that?
It's a site that's his family set up, and you can go there and get the latest information direct from his family, you know, and from other people. And we've been, whether in the same situation or just kind of, you know, have a lot of love for Chi, and then you can also donate there to keep, you know, that expense, the expense of
He's around the
care,
around the care.
So much money, so you know, and so that's pretty much the best place to get your latest information and to donate to.
And right now, Sergio Vega is filling in. How has that changed the sound or the band dynamic?
I don't know if it's so much changed the sound or the dynamic. It's kind of kept it go alive. It's kept it going. I mean, if anything, it made us appreciate what was going on. If we had this friend that was really already close to us, so it wasn't like an awkward situation. It was really organic and it was really fluid the way it happened. And I think that's why that Diamond Eyes happened so fast and the creativity was there, as opposed to someone that we didn't know, we had to hire, and we had to kind of figure out he's a creep or maybe not. You know what I mean? But
it was really seamless. You know,
it was very seamless. And he's a great guy. He's a creative guy, and he's pretty much like one of us, same generation, I guess. You know, he's just from the East Coast. We're from the West Coast. That's about the only difference. You know what I mean? But we like the same things, and we're into a lot of the same stuff, so it made for a really good, seamless transition to be creative again. You know?
And talking about the West Coast, you guys have been around for a while, and I've read that you performed with, you know, Korn back in the day. Do you still get to perform with bands that you worked with back then?
Back then, sometimes I guess. I don't know.
I mean, you know,
usually, you know, you I like being able to play with bands we never really got to play with. You know what I mean? That's always the thing. Looking forward to play with with someone that you admire and you respect. And
the Stilger thing, for instance, worked out great.
Diller's a good band. We all dig, and we've been trying to tour them for the longest. And just simply it worked out. It was kind of how the whole Mastodon, Alice in Chains thing happened. You know? But at times, like you said, to answer your question, yeah, there's times where bands like all of us kind of see each other on the circuit, usually in Europe on the festival type thing. Yeah. So yeah, we would end up playing with maybe say on Horn or something that we played with early in our career. And always good to see old friends and stuff.
Cool. And I was wondering, where did the album title Dynamite come from?
Yeah, it kind of just came on a whim one night.
Yeah.
I think after a long day of doing photos and art stuff for the Diamond Eyes first single, we were in New York and we had some downtime. We all went down to the local hotel lobby bar. Met up with this guy that's been working with us for the past few records. He's done pretty much all the art direction for the records and stuff. So, anyways, he had been hanging with us while making this record. We always kept him in the loop so he could kind of vibe with us and see where we're headed, whatever. And for us, it was kind of more or less just what looks cool and sounded cool. And he had brought these images. We kind of saw the owl. I think the owl was picked first.
Yeah,
right?
the owl was like...
Yeah, and we initially saw that. It was like, well, it was very striking, very simple, very bold, very minimalistic. It was like, it felt right. And then Chino had wrote a list of song things that from his lyrics or whatever, and we all kind of just sat around and said which ones we liked, and then when we said we liked the owl and we saw the list, those two just kind of went together. So it's pretty much like that.
I think a lot of times, maybe every time, there's really been no correlation between the album title and the cover. It's just usually it's a striking image. You know, there's something that we dig, and then some title that happens to be, you know,
that's just simply sounds cool or looks cool.
I guess a lot of bands have things tied together. We're not. We're different. We're broken.
So Abe, I've seen that you're known for your ghost notes, as well as moving away from double bass setup that a lot of metal drummers do. Have you, over the years, how have you crafted your style? Like, how have you gone about doing it?
I think it's an ever evolving. You know, it's really a comfort thing. I'm starting to get more comfortable in my older age. You know, a little bit more time doing it. And I'm, you know, I guess now I have something that's sort of my own. You know, I think it comes from anything, you know, what you enjoy through growing up and things you hear, and it could be anything. It doesn't have to be here. It could be something you see, whatever is around you. You're inspired by things, you know. But you know, I feel sort of coming into my own. I think ghost notes obviously make the music move and feel good without being a major. You know, that's the whole thing about that, and that's something I picked up from pretty much every, you know, a lot of R&B, soul, you know, stuff that moves and feels good, but you don't really hear those notes, you know. And as far as double bass goes, I just fucking can't do it for the life of me. Like this leg won't do what I want it to do. So you know, it's one of those things. But I do it differently. Maybe, you know, I don't really use a lot of straightforward stuff, but more, you know, subtle kind of little emphasis, you know, but rather than because I can.
And Frank, you add really interesting sound, like layers of sound to Deftones music. How do you decide what to add? Like, is it trial and error? Does it just, do you see it in your mind's eye? How do you?
Early on, it was trial and error, only because what I was limited to. It was only because I wasn't a musician. I didn't know how to play an instrument. All I really had was records, so it was like trial and error as far as me looking and finding and seeing what fit, and it was a key and a pitch, and that's because all I was using was records. As I got older or started becoming more accustomed around these guys, and Steph would throw me a guitar pedal around or whatever, I was able to extend notes and play pitch differently and kind of work it that way. And then as technology got better, I was able to like start creating my own sounds, you know what I mean? To the point now where I can kind of get myself around on a keyboard now and kind of write with the guys and stuff. So just like he said, it's just like a kind of like evolving, growing thing and learning process, you know what I mean? And I've always just tried to approach it, I guess, differently because what I was limited to, and I didn't want to be stuck as that's all I could do, you know what I mean? So I've always tried to kind of be open to anything. And I think that's pretty much indicative of the band, you know what I mean? And
we're
our sound,
self-taught, you know, no one's really just been schooled in anything, and we just trying to figure out how to...
That train of thought, you know, is the same way we write songs, the same way we make records, and it's like there's no walls, you know what I mean? And so we've always been able to be kind of our nerdy selves, but then make as cool and open stuff we want because we weren't stuck on this circuit or this certain style, or, you know, no one could pinpoint us. And as awkward as that is at times, it's also kind of like a good
freeing.
thing. Yeah, it's very, very
Thank
freeing.
goodness.
Yeah.
Cool. And what's been your proudest Deftones moment thus far?
That's hard. I mean, there's been different moments of this, of how long I've been with the band, different points in my life. I could say, well, that was a crazy moment, but I would say making this record, this Diamond Eyes record, was like pivotal, dude, because that was like life changing to, you know, the situation that happened with Chi, to us even attempting to go keep on and take a chance on ourselves. You know, I think most bands don't have those type of coping skills or friends to like keep it going. Like I think most people kind of say, oh, you know what, we're gonna go our separate ways and figure out what we're gonna do. But we didn't. We wanted to make music still, and we did it, and we're still making good.
And it's a healing thing though too. You know what I mean? I think I would have to agree. I mean, I think right now at this particular point in time, of course, you know, we all miss our brother and wish he was here with us. You know, but at the same time, sort of a celebration of him and a celebration of us, and we really just appreciate and really enjoying each other. You know, and just being able to be able to do it. You know, be healthy, be up and about, walking around. You know, and being able to do it, but really. Really kicked us in the ass though, man, in a lot of ways, you know, in terms of just appreciating our music, you know, and, you know, Sergio, for instance, just having him, you know, he came into the fold, having to learn all this catalog and these records, and so he was always practicing, always had a bass, and he's like, guys, we're sitting around like, so he really kicked us in gear into learning a bunch of songs, I think, you know, songs we hadn't touched in a really long time, and really just paying attention to our music and just appreciating it, you know. So it's I would say now it's a good time, you know.
Yep. After this tour, we have some downtime, which we may start tinkering around and start writing, maybe get some ideas down. I think it's only a handful of weeks, maybe 5-6 weeks, and we're going to use about 4 of them to maybe do that. And then we go to Europe and we do the festivals. And I think we tour in Eastern Europe, you know, go out to like Russia and stuff like that. And then after that, we'll be back and we'll probably start writing and see where that takes us.
What would your fans be surprised to know about you guys?
We're pretty easygoing.
Yeah,
you know, pretty easy accessible.
Yeah, I mean, we're
you
just,
know,
you know,
like,
we're hanging, man. We're just, you know, just,
still kids at heart, you know, young at heart and stuff. Yeah.
old as fuck, but
Yeah, old, we are old as fuck,
but young at heart. No, we're just having a blast, man. You know, I mean, we're just dudes trying to figure out how to you know, make music and get to travel around. And, you know, so we're just hanging, happy to always say hello.
That's the weird question though, because it's hard in this day and age, like, because there's so much information, and you think everyone can just kind of know everything about you. I think at times we've always tried to stay in touch with like the social media and do little Twitter things and do things, but we also like our privacy.
Right.
It is kind of like rock and roll, and there needs to be some sort of mystique.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, there used to be some sort of mystique. Now everyone wants to know what time you got to the studio, what sandwich you're eating.
Or I'm twittering now, I'm stepping, and I'm gonna Twitter again, and there's another step. I turn, and I'm just gonna Twitter that shit. You know, what I mean, it's like fucking come on, man.
I don't know. So yeah, maybe if it's not good, they shouldn't know everything. I mean, I don't know.
It's gotta be a little yeah.
Mystery.
Whoa,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for taking the time to chat with us.
Right on.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see the show.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm excited. Dillinger's gonna kill it too.